I think we're going to get started here, everyone. Hi, and welcome to our program. Hope you enjoyed our money-themed music. My name is Chris Velarde. I am the Director of Digital Engagement and Communications in the Office of Alumni Engagement, also a 1995 Syracuse grad. And because it was so spring-like here in Syracuse today, it snowed, which I'm sure if you're not here in central New York, you missed desperately. But we are thinking about spring, and we're thinking about cleaning up our house, right? We're thinking about getting rid of some of the clutter. We're going to get to our expert in that in just a second. Do want to let you know a couple of housekeeping types of things today. We are offering closed captioning for this program, so check out the Zoom chat. There is some information there that shows you how to access the closed captioning if you're interested in that, and also how to change your name so we know who you are, what class you graduated with, that kind of thing. That's always something we like as well. And we hope you brought some type of item that perhaps at the end of the program, Stacey can spend a minute or two appraising for you. Keep that nearby, and at the end, turn your camera on if you don't mind, and hold up your item, and then we'll call you out, and we'll go through it and spend a little bit of time exploring whether or not that is some clutter that you can turn into cash. I do want to let you know the program is being recorded, which you can see right there, a little thing that says recorded. If you don't want your face recorded, you can certainly turn off your camera. That is not a problem as well. And you can enter any questions you may have along the way in the chat function. So we are going to address your questions later on in the show because we know you may have some, and Stacey Winnick has done this for a long time. She is quite the expert and she can answer your questions. But before we get to that part, let's hear from our expert, Stacey Winnick. She is a graduate of Falk College and the School of Education, 1981 Syracuse University grad. She is the creator of the Facebook virtual selling page, Chappaqua Mom Sales, almost 10,000 followers on that page, and she'll tell you they sell everything. She's really shown thousands of people how they can turn the clutter in their homes, the things that they don't want anymore, into cash, maybe for themselves, maybe for a good cause. And that's something to talk about certainly on Earth Day. Sustainability, it's important, don't throw it away. There's someone else who may be able to use it. She is she's proud to serve as a social media director for the Briarcliff Manor New York Sustainability Committee. That's why that's something that's so important to her. She's an appraiser, an antiques blogger, a vintage stylist. One time, and she'll tell you about this, she sold a BMW in 24 hours. Another time, she cleaned out an apartment, found $11,000 worth of jewelry in there. That was just recently during the pandemic. She'll tell you about that as well. She's been covered by the New York Times, by Vogue Magazine, New York Magazine, InStyle, the TodayShow.com, many others, and now she is here with us for this Orange Experience. Stacey, I'm gonna let you do your thing, show us what you've got, and then we'll come back and we'll take some questions.
I am so honored to be here, Chris. It is a total, I bleed orange, let's just put it that way. And it's something that I'm passionate about, sustainability, and I'm passionate about selling. And I really want to teach you how to sell your items. And I want to teach you how to get rid of your items without hiring something. So let's begin. Okay, Chris? And that's me over there at an estate, which I had to clean out 48 or 650 bags of clothing. Okay, next slide. Okay, why sell your items on Facebook Marketplace or local Facebook groups? Well, first of all, Marketplace is a worldwide network. In every area you have Marketplace. There's quick transactions, and the best thing is no commission. I don't want to give my money to anybody else but me. So when I sell on a Marketplace group, I meet the person and I meet them in a safe area. Next slide. Okay, it's all about sustainability. That's me in a Cadillac, old one. Reduce, reuse, recycle, or sell it. I use the practice of letting go. But here's the key to not having more clutter. Make yourself a promise to not bring anything new in your house. Buying pre-owned saves money. I just bought a pre-owned couch. It was a Mitchell Gold couch. It sells for $4,000. I bought it on my own page for $6.50. Now, I have to tell you, I can't move it myself, so I had to pay $150 to move the couch and $150 to clean it. But it was well worth the price when that couch sells for $4,000. I feel so much joy when I donate to other people. Many of the times with my volunteerism, I am directly connected to the organization and I can see people wearing the items that I've donated. When you have less stuff, you don't have to pay for storage. I can't tell you how many people pay for storage. Okay, getting your items picked up. Why hurry someone to take it away when there's so many organizations that do it for free? And I know everybody is all over this country. Call a local church and they will have suggestions, I guarantee you. I always call them up, my contacts, and they pick up for free. This is a friend of mine. He belongs to a local church. I have a win-win. He helped me pack not only my stuff, but his stuff. Took it away, happy as you can be. He got basically about $500 worth of stuff that the owner wanted out, and out immediately. What sells and what doesn't on Facebook Marketplace and local Facebook groups? Reasonably priced merchandise. Cars, depending on the year and condition, mid-century modern furniture, jewelry, designer handbags, accessories, clothing, pool tapes, bundles. I'm going to tell you about another thing. I had an experience. I sold all my son's clothes, and both of the sons had clothes, so I bundled them up. And I said, you must buy $27 worth of clothing. Everything was $9 a piece, but you must buy 3 items. Otherwise, I'm not going to meet with you. By the end of 1 month, and I met with a lot of people, I'm telling you, it took time. That's one of the things it does. It takes time. I made $750. Not bad for clothing that I just had hanging around. You're going to get more money on Marketplace than having a garage sale. Hard to sell, vintage wood items, anything that's damaged. But I'm going to prove the second thing wrong in my own rules in a later slide. Anything that's priced too high, forget about it. It's never going to sell. Preparing an item to sell. I post the most expensive and bulky things first. I'm not going to be posting a snowblower now unless, here's my unless, I can post it for extremely reasonable price. Make sure your item works before posting. And I'll get to another part where an item didn't work, and I'll tell you what happened. Research your item carefully. So you're going to find out what is the price you're going to sell this. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. And I'm going to tell you things that no appraiser wants to tell you. Measure every item carefully, both as the buyer or the seller. Take a photograph of your item with no clutter and a clean background. That is so important. I cannot tell you about the woman who put her shoes on the kitchen table with bottles of her pills around it. It was absolutely horrific. And it took her months to sell it. I finally emailed her and I said, get the pills out. Do some editing. Make sure your photos are clean, you're bright, and on your phone, you can do so much editing with apps as well. Okay, this is one of my favorites. And I learn something new every day. I love this bag. It's a Judith Lieber bag, and it was just recently sold for $1,800. You know what? I wouldn't pay $10 for it. Do you know why? It's not really Judith Lieber. Okay. If you did your research and you knew Judith Lieber, and here I am with Judith Lieber, and I'm a Judith Lieber collector. I've interviewed Judith Lieber many times. She passed away, unfortunately, 2 years ago. Okay, Judith Lieber's company, the Lieber Company, the Judith Lieber Company, was bought in 1994. So anything that was made after 94 was not designed by Judith Lieber herself. So if you know that, this handbag is worth far less. Someone just wanted to buy it. That label was smacked on, and the real Judith Lieber never designed this. There's a great museum of all Judith Lieber in East Hampton, and it's unbelievable. Okay, here's how to research. This is the most important thing you're going to see. And by the way, afterwards, this PowerPoint will be available to everyone on this Zoom. Okay, you're going to go on eBay. That's your best place to research. You're going to see the item. I like this vintage celluloid velvet ring box or another ring box, whatever ring box I'm looking for. Say I have it, I want to sell it. Okay, go on eBay. Next. Okay, if you see to the left here, I circled it, completed and sold items. Do you know eBay tells you what all those celluloid boxes are selling for? So that's the price that you should sell your item for, whatever you look up. If you're looking up a handbag, if you're looking up a piece of furniture, if you're looking up a blender, you always press completed and sold items. And that's going to give you your price to sell it. And the best suggestion I have when you're selling in selling groups is to price it slightly less than the completed auction. This is my line. It's not what things are selling for. It's what things have sold for. And I'm going to repeat that. It's not what anything is selling for. Oh, my refrigerator, my used refrigerator sold for $1,000 and it's only a year old and I'm going to sell it for $900. No, what's the last sold price? And you will find that on eBay. So this was $125 and it says sold for, and that I would be listing, I would probably list this for $99 for a quick sell. The photos should be clean surface, natural wood, stone, marble, or craft paper. Now you can go to Michael's and you can get some simulated wood paper, and it looks great when you're photographing. So if your kitchen table or anywhere is not conducive to photographing, buy some paper. They're like $1 a sheet and you can reuse it. Buy some velvet, take clear pictures, use a lot of different angles, use good lighting, natural lighting, and change the lighting, crop your pictures, and important, center your item. Okay, I love this post. And this is an example of a good and bad picture. Okay, love seat. Small brand new love seat from Wayfair, way too big for my bedroom. Okay, what's wrong with this? She didn't even measure the love seat. How big is it? We don't know. Are there any stains? Is it in perfect condition? When did she buy it? The lighting is poor and there are too many items in the room cluttering. She should have a zoom of the love seat. And in addition to that, can't you make your bed? And here is, of course, my Gucci bag that I ended up selling. It's a little one. I measured it, 7.7 inches by 5 inches. And I said I paid $9.50. And then yours for $308. I like putting weird amounts. It didn't sell for $325. And then I sold it for $308. And I wrote a little bit. This is from a beautiful Palm Beach estate. The socialite wore this handbag to an evening soiree. It's patent leather. I wrote a little story about it. Honestly, I don't remember where I got it, but I put in the story. So it's good enough. And this sold probably in about a couple weeks. Okay, this was a post on my table and I really love this. It has all the dimensions, which I love. It has all the angles, which I love. And she took it in such a beautiful way where it was cropped. Origin, where was this? Age, original retail price, is it new, is it used, and detailed measurements. That's so important. What I would have done on this picture is I would have turned the table upside down and shown any label if it was made somewhere. Use your computer to receive messages. Okay, make sure if you're selling on Facebook that you download the Facebook app, the Messenger app. That's really important because so often you have messages in the other file and you can't get all your messages. I like to do things on the computer. I like to take my pictures and list it, but get my messages on my computer because often I miss it from that other message. Okay, learning to use Facebook. If you see, I have 36 items for sale. So on the right side, those were some of my 36 items. So at any time, I'm selling a lot of items, but that you don't have to do that. You can focus on selling a little bit in the beginning. And so you see in your 36 items, and then you click on that, and it comes up with all your items. This is how you can bump up your page. So these are some of the secrets that nobody tells you. You write a message in your comments. So I write yes, or I write why not, and this bumps it up to the top of the page. So when my item is not getting any action and nobody's interested, I just bump it up as much as I can. Some groups will not allow this, but you have to look in the rules of the group. So I write a message, why not? This is great. Edit your description or add a word. So this is the key in Marketplace. When you see your listing in Marketplace, they'll say, do you want to renew? And I think you could only renew 3 times. But if you edit the listing, add a word or description, yours bumps up to the top of the page, and nobody's going to tell you that. Okay, where to sell your items. I also want to talk about a little bit about giving your items away. I think it's so important for sustainability and just feeling good that you want to give your items away. And there's a page called Buy Nothing, and I love that page. There's a Buy Nothing group in every city almost, and you apply to the Buy Nothing group and you have to live in the area. And I can't tell you the things that I have gotten on Buy Nothing. I got pots, pans, hardly used. It was great. So I have a Facebook page. It's a local page, Chappaqua Mom Sales, but that's only in the area of Westchester. I managed and created that page. Facebook Marketplace. So look in your community to see the Facebook pages, the selling pages, and look and see how many members are in that page. If you also want to, there's a lot of different ways to sell it. I think eBay is good for very esoteric, like my ring boxes probably would have sold better on eBay and quicker because it's not something everybody wants in your neighborhood. It's a huge audience, but I think giving away 14% commission is a lot. And that's only the beginning. You can give away more. Poshmark, clothing, shoes, handbags, and it's a 20% commission. But the good thing about Poshmark is that they send you a prepaid envelope so you can ship it out. So you don't have to have the shipping. Okay, I love the Real. And a lot of people don't like this, but I'm going to tell you, it goes against my rules again. I'm always going against my own rules. The Real has a large upscale audience. Some items sell in a week. Some items take months, but their commission is one of the highest. You get 60, they get 40. Okay, I had a pair of Fendi sandals. The Fendi sandals were beautiful, never worn. I sold them, tried to sell them for $150 on my Chappaqua Mom Sales Facebook page. Nothing. A week goes by, nothing. 2 weeks go by, nothing. A year goes by, and I'm still holding on. I still have my Facebook, and I'm pressing my buttons. I don't do it every day because I know that's a dud. I don't understand it. And, you know, I can't explain everything. I'm not a magician, and I don't know why those haven't sold. And also, you know, when you sell shoes, you have to realize that they're different sizes, different people, and not everybody's going to like that style, and it's very specific. So shoes are very hard to sell unless they're in mint condition. So guess what? Last week, I sold the Fendi sandals on the Real for $325. I couldn't believe it. I had only paid like $30 at a tag sale. It was shocking to me. I'm sure they were $700 samples. So that's when things can work in your favor, when you've really tried to sell something. So I don't believe in giving them 40%. It's not what I do. So Let Go. That's an app which was recently acquired by OfferUp. There's a rating system involved and free to use. Okay, here's the exception to my rule. I experimented with this. I had these broken dishes. These were my mom's, and a lot of them broke in the move. But I just didn't feel good about throwing them out. I'm really about sustainability. So I sold these broken dishes, and there were, I don't know, like out of the 8 dishes, 12 or whatever there were about 5 to 7 broken dishes or chipped, something like, but they weren't in perfect condition. I said, let me get rid of this today. In 1.5 hours, I had 20 people on the list. I met the person at Starbucks, and I had a $20 bill in my pocket. But I don't usually like to do that because it took too much time. So normally now I'm giving away Chappaqua Mom sales. So these are my stellar things I sold. This is a BMW, this is an Acura, and this is a Cartier ring. So I have almost 10,000 members, and if you're in Westchester, you can join. How did I sell that car? I bumped it up every single day. I bumped it up 3 times a day, and I don't have a rule about bumping up. And the BMW sold within 24 hours. And I think the Acura sold in 48 hours. And this is the crazy thing. My neighbor bought the Acura. So I was calling her on the phone and my client on the phone at the same time. And there was almost a bidding war between them. Buyers beware. Talk to the seller. Ask the right questions. Is this item working? This is a Tiffany battery operated clock. The woman, I was going to buy this. I love this. I said, she goes, oh, it's not working, but all you need is the battery. I said, please put the battery in and then get back to me. Do you know she got back to me? The clock is not working. So if I can ask that key question, is the clock working? Oh, you just have to put a battery in the watch. No, I'm not going to buy it. Unless you feel you can fix something, don't buy it. Always measure the item yourself, whether you are the buyer or seller. A buyer and a seller, they had air conditioner, and so the buyer measured her window and the seller had measured wrong, and it was a big fight. So always make sure you measure before you buy anything. Safety. I only meet in a busy location. Before meeting, I ask for contact information. This helps to prevent no-shows. I always bring the exact change or carry change. I never, ever, let me just repeat this, never, ever have anybody meet me in front of my house or drop off anything. And I've been telling that to people for the past 10 years. Besides the safety thing, I don't want anybody coming to my house whatsoever. I don't care what it is. If it's a piece of furniture, put it in your garage and have someone with you. That's the only way you can do that one, unfortunately. Inspect all items before buying. I had a friend buy something, and unfortunately, it was not what they said it was, and she brought it home and she didn't see the dents in it. Don't accept any checks whatsoever, and make sure you count your money. Someone handed me an envelope, and thank God I counted the money because it was $5 short. If you want to contact me, here's my contact information. I have a website, and I'm also now on Clubhouse under Stacey Winnick. I do a room under the Clutter Club.
I needed to unmute myself there. That was amazing information, Stacey. I kind of felt like we were getting these secret tips and tricks that we're not supposed to know, you know?
Absolutely. You know,
go ahead.
I'm just going to say one thing. I really feel like this is my peeps here, Syracuse. Like I'm really strongly feeling that I want to give you the information, and I want to give you information that people don't tell you. And I want you to not spend so much money clearing out your house. And these are the ways to do it.
One of the things that really struck me was when you talked about pricing, and pricing it reasonably means it will sell. Pricing it too high means it's just going to sit there. It's not. And you gave us some tips on researching. I got to believe that that's a pretty common mistake that people make. They either think it's worth more than it is, or they should get more than they really can get out there in the free market for it.
It is the most annoying thing when I work with a client and they tell me, no, you have to price it at this. And I said, it's going to sit there. And it usually does.
Yeah. And, I think the other point that you made in talking about the different places you can sell is that you can try to sell something at one price on one platform. Maybe it doesn't go anywhere, but then go to another platform with a different type of audience where people may be looking for something different. I mean, that kind of seems like, not 101 level coursework there. That's kind of like 401, trying to figure out what platform to go to and all of that. I mean, there's a lot there. Where do you start trying to figure out what's the right place?
I don't like to give money away. So I go on Facebook Marketplace. It's worked for me. I don't even sometimes go on my local moms group, my group. But see, you have to know your local group, what the people want. There's a Greenwich tag sales and there's 41,000 people, but it's the Wild West out there. So, and also people have sold stuff on Instagram. I didn't talk about that. Yeah. And if you're doing Instagram, do a live video of your items.
Yeah. And show it off well, right? I mean, make sure it looks good. I mean, that's the photographs are really an important part of this. Corey's mentioning in the chat there, eBay, and how time consuming it can be. I mean, that is part of this. I mean, where do you draw the line? You've talked a little about that idea of how much are you going to get back? What's the return on your investment of time?
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to donate. It's so important to feel good. So I'm going to tell you about a client of mine, and this will relate to everybody. She died, unfortunately, and a really good friend of my mother's. So you die, and now what? What do you do? That's the frustrating thing. So declutter, start to declutter in your lifetime and declutter now. And she hadn't decluttered, but it was a very neat house, I have to say. So it was my job. I was handed the job by the family, and I did not charge them a thing, to declutter everything in the house. And it's taking an awful long time. So the son said to me, Stacey, please donate stuff. So I called the Buy Nothing page, but I called my organization, Padres Hispanos. And do you know, the person was crying when he saw what he could get for free and the quality of the items. And then, I worked with the Osmond Children's Center, and we did an Easter drive for Easter dresses for little girls. We collected 150 dresses. And then afterwards, the dresses that weren't worn, I sold some of the dresses and bought food. So wow, yeah. I think it's so important to donate. So if I were to say to everyone, okay, you have a house full of stuff, you call that local church and make them pick up. And here's a key thing. Another thing people don't tell you. Tell them, please bring another person. I'd love to help you, but I can't. Okay. Yeah. We sold yesterday a huge mid-century modern garden furniture. The person didn't bring another person, and my person there had to help, and she cut her hand. I'm sorry. I don't help anybody. You bring your own boxes. You bring your own paper. I'm not there to supply anything. But here's another case. You don't want people coming in your house and taking the furniture. You have the piano. I'm sorry, that piano has to be moved professionally. I don't want people hitting the walls.
Yeah, having moved a piano in my lifetime of moving, that is a not fun job.
You did it? You did it yourself?
Well, no, we did it once, and that was once was enough, and then after that we had professional movers do it. Mm-hmm. Judith has a question for you, and I think it really encompasses everything. She says that they've lived in their house for many years. They're thinking about moving across the country, and they have so much stuff. She's never used eBay. But when you have that, when you're in that position of like, hey, we're thinking about moving, we have so much stuff, just getting started can be overwhelming. So she wants to know, where do you start?
Okay, so Judith, what you're going to start, and you take it in little bites. Okay, let's put away all the stuff that you're going to donate. Let's start with that. Get rid of all the stuff you're going to donate. Start putting it in boxes and dedicate an hour every day or whatever time you want to. Then what are you going to set? Now, here's another key, that you are going to see what's valuable. And you look at those items, and those are the items I'm going to sell. And you can sell them to a local dealer. Look, if you paid $100, you're not getting $100. You may even get $25 for that item, but it's out of your hair. So you have to divorce yourself from your items.
Which is sometimes easier said than done. I mean, that's part of what goes into all of this. Part of the reason we all accumulate so much stuff is because we find some type of meaning in it, right? And we find like, oh, I've had this, it's been in my family, or I've had this since I was a teenager, and I don't know, I can't let it go. That's a tough thing to get over.
It really is. And I say sometimes, why am I keeping my kids' drawings on my cabinets? And what I'm going to do, guess what? I'm going to scan those drawings. All those drawings are going to be scanned. So you can do that. Shredding, you have to start shredding things now. You'll never get out where you have time to relax. You don't want to leave this to the last minute. So donate as much as you can so you can feel good about things. You don't want to have a situation where you're in a rush.
At the same time, when you talk about pricing and you talk about, the items that you may have lying around and doing some research, there are the examples, the eBay examples, where you can find not what it's selling for, but what it's sold for. I think that's a great tip. But Susan is asking about high quality art. If you have something like that, where you don't want to undersell something like that truly does have value to people who collect high quality art. Where do you start with something like that?
Susan, you look on a site called Live Auctioneers, and you can see what the art. It has to be a listed artist, and there are auction houses who accept art.
Denise has a 30-year-old Formica bedroom set in good condition. Is that a selling item or a donating item?
Yeah, I'm sure I know the Formica. It's not a high-end item, but I actually have a Formica that someone gave to me for my son. I think you can sell it, but I think you can donate it quicker. It depends on how quick you want to get rid of something. How bad do you want it out of the house? And I just say, look, I'm no Marie Kondo. I don't care about everything being neat as a pin. You have to live your life. And so I think it's really important to get rid of things every day. Every day, I'm going to be out of my house in 2 years, and every day I'm getting rid of bags of stuff.
It is a process too. I just think about our move when we moved from Connecticut to Syracuse, and we went through a lot of things. We feel like we got rid of a lot of stuff, and we thought, we're only moving stuff we need. And then we got here and we have boxes that we probably haven't opened in 3 years. And so I guess it is that kind of process where you have to go through it phase one, figure out what you definitely don't need right now, and then wait a week, wait a month, wait a year, wait 3 years, and go through again and say, I guess I really didn't need this.
Well, I think also the bad thing that I can't stand is all this advertising, making us consumers constantly on the buy for things. I have 2 cashmere sweaters. They have mothballs. I'm going to get them fixed. I mean, why do I need a new car? I have a 2014 Volvo. And, I'm using it till I can't use it anymore. I love it. It's a big car. And why do I need all this new stuff? Actually, I am thinking of getting an electric car soon. But
sustainability, environment,
yes,
Earth Day, right.
But everybody's pushing us to get all these new things. And I love that I got a new couch. that was pre-owned. I love that I have a kitchen table. I love that I have a watch. This watch I got for $45 and it was broken. So I went to watchmaker and got it. Said, oh, Rosenthal. Oh, what does it say? I can't read her question.
Yep. Karen says she's got a 12-piece Rosenthal Sunburst china set from her parents from 1960, mint condition, open to selling it, but worried about the expense of packing and shipping.
Where
who pays for
Karen
that?
live? Where does Karen live?
Karen, where do you live? California, Newport Beach, California.
Okay, Karen, if you email me, I will find you an auction house locally to bring it to.
Her question, though, I think big picture is there opportunity to get the buyer to pay for the shipping costs? You mentioned that one company or
no, she can walk to the auction house, not walk, but she can drive to the auction house or find a reputable dealer. But I will help you, Karen. And you have to find reputable dealers. And
that's important.
I'm now appraising online, and it's so much fun. And I'm helping people find something like that. No way can you ship. But there are reputable dealers who will take that, or like a reputable auction houses or a reputable dealer.
Alex, we haven't talked about books, and Alex asks, what's the best thing to do, buy or sell used books?
Okay, I believe in books, first editions. Otherwise, go to a book dealer.
And one of the things I know we've done, local libraries are always looking. There's a lot of ways to donate books too. I know that we've done that in our family quite a bit as well. If you're not interested necessarily in
someone
in
had
selling.
a question I saw about expensive jewelry.
Yeah. Yep.
So one of the people that I'm dealing with now, my mother's friend, I appraised all her jewelry. Now, I want to talk about something really important. This is a big hint. Okay, if you have expensive jewelry, like this is the ring she gave me, it's diamond and pearls, make sure you go to a reputable jeweler who's going to give you an appraisal. So you got an appraisal in 2016. You have to keep reappraising, because in 2021, that piece is worth more. And the insurance company will only give you 2016 rates. Do you know I'm constantly photographing my jewelry? So all the jewelry that's on insurance, is all photographed. Now, how many people can answer they do that? That's so important. So when you had that appraisal in 2016, you really have to go ahead and reappraise that. Now, expensive jewelry, I'd have to see the jewelry, and I'm happy to look at that. I deal with a lot of different auction houses, and it depends on what is. The house I cleaned out in New York City on the Upper East Side, they said there was nothing in the house. And then I went in the house, and it was unbelievable. I found $11,000 worth of jewelry. And I found a 15-carat diamond and aquamarine ring that was sitting in a drawer in the bathroom. In the bathroom.
It's remarkable.
Yeah.
We talked a little about shipping, and Mark, if you don't mind just spending a minute or two on the logistics of shipping, because that can be an intimidating thing for people who don't ship often. It's not something they're used to doing. They're not comfortable with, not sure how to pack something. Well, if you do have to ship, if you aren't selling to a Facebook group that has local people where you can meet somebody at Starbucks, what would be your advice on shipping?
If you do have to ship it through the post office and insure it. And I like to spend more money, and I charge the buyer, and they will have a shipping notice that it's been shipped.
Yep. Sherry wants to know about a new unopened Apple Watch. Is there a better place for electronics? Is there a kind of a place where those can sell at a higher price more quickly?
That'll go in a minute on Facebook Marketplace. In a minute. She
said that she got they had an offer of half the money she was asking for.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you the line. I love when people say this. I'd love to, but I can't. I had a bike $75 bike. The guy offered me $20. Are you kidding me? No, no. And also maybe you put it on your own personal Facebook page. They offered half, forget it.
They offered the other
Not
half.
doing it.
So they really just wanted to see that it was unopened and you opened it for them and they.
No, you're not doing that. No,
Yeah.
I would put it on a marketplace and maybe you could put firm on it. You want to discount the shipping, because why should I buy it from you when I could buy it new? So think about that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. You keep mentioning a reputable appraiser. How, I guess research, but how do you research appraisers? How do you find out if they are trustworthy and reputable?
Well, your recommendation and different appraisers. You can go to an antique house. Now, some of these antique houses will appraise something, and I go by recommendation, but I appraise things, but I don't appraise for tax purposes and insurance. And I don't know everything. So I go to another appraiser to recommend for artwork. I think you have to talk to people and ask people and do reviews, and it's kind of precarious. But you know what, also, I think it's important to know, like a person, there's many appraisers, and especially with COVID, who go online and look at your item, and they're giving you a wide range. If I did an appraisal of your item, I'd be spending over an hour on one item and doing a very detailed report.
Yeah, it's, I think that's it. You can't, it's not one and done, right? You can't go, you want to do your homework. You want to make sure you're getting, you're getting a really strong sense. That leads us nicely though to the appraisal portion of this. And again,
Absolutely.
We're just doing ballpark, right? You're not going to spend an hour with people over Zoom right now to do this, but we're interested to see if any of you have brought an item that you would like Stacey to take a look at and give you a ballpark. She has offered and agreed to do that. So I've got my gallery view up in front of me. So if you've got something and you want to hold it up, we can spend a few minutes just kind of going through and just getting a ballpark figure. Again, Stacey will give you what she's able to based on her experience. And as you've heard, she's got quite a bit of experience selling a number of different things. So if you've got something, let us know, hold it up, and I'll call on you, and Stacey can spend a minute taking a look. I see some cameras coming on. That's a good sign. All right. I'm going to start with our friend Pam in New York City. So,
hi, Pam.
Pam, what have we got here, Pam? You're on mute, so we can get you unmuted there.
Sorry, Chris. So
there we go. No problem.
This would be an antique hand drill. I have a box of antique tools.
You see it?
That were my husband's father's. So he was born in 1910. It could have been from before that. And so you would put a drill bit at the bottom, and then you kind of turn it, and it's a hand drill.
You can also peel apples with it.
Huh?
You can also peel apples with it.
Sure. Well, I suppose. But I thought it was interesting. And my son, my 11-year-old son, used it. They needed to bring an antique in for school. So this was at the ready for me to show you this evening. But are these kind of things worth anything? Or
yeah, I'm telling you, vintage tools, when they have them at a garage sale or an estate sale, watch out. There are vintage tool collectors like crazy. And that thing, people collect them. But I would say about $75 for that.
Really?
Yes. Do not, I'm going to repeat this about 2 times. Chris, Pam, don't give away those vintage tools. And Pam, you can email me and I'll look at your tools, and I think you have a gold mine there.
Oh, wow. Wonderful. I will.
But your gold mine is to eBay people.
Okay. Thank you. Can I just ask you just one other quick question?
Go ahead.
I had these sitting, and then I know that there's a lot of alums here that want to ask their questions. So I have these 2 bears. Everybody has these bears. This one I put in this cube, and it has the tie thing. It's brand new. And it's the peace bear. How do you know that these kind of, I know a lot of people have these sitting around. This one I found in my basement and I put it through the washer. It didn't have the tag on. It must have been, I don't know where it was from.
Pam,
Yes.
eBay, completed auction.
Yeah.
Check out there. Yeah.
Those are like way down.
Oh, they are. Okay. Good to know.
Way down.
Thank you.
They had their moment.
Someone
The
had
Beanie
a
Baby
question.
moment is over.
I stay on for 1 second. Someone had a question about Stife. Oh my God.
Yeah. Susan's. Yep.
Susan, do you have your Stife? Or is she not coming on?
She's right here. There we go.
Oh my God, I love Stife. Show me what
I
you
have a whole, it's downstairs. I have to go dig it up. I have a whole huge amount of them from my childhood. That then my kids,
Unbelievable. So what you want to
they have a
do?
little tag in
Yes, I was just going to say, what you want to do, anything that's a Stife has a little tag on the ear, but some of them are missing. So you got to really know your Stife. And Stife is highly, highly collectible.
Really?
It is so exciting. You could have thousands of dollars, at least hundreds. What?
Some of it's been loved.
Okay, well, yeah, condition, but I love Stife. We had a tag sale one time that I did for someone, and they were from Germany, and a lot of their Stife was stolen. So Stife is, there's skunks, there's bears, there's all sorts of animals, and they're made in Germany, and you can feel the wool on it. It's just unbelievable.
Where
That's
would you
great.
sell that though?
What?
Where would you sell that?
I would sell it on eBay.
eBay.
I mean, here's the thing. People want to steal your Stife away.
I have pewter too.
Look for the button in the air. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from someone else. But you know what? I wonder if it could be sold at an auction if you had enough of them. Okay, first thing you're going to look is condition. And you can email me that collection and I'd be happy to look at it for you. It's not, meaning I don't buy, so I'm not in it to buy for resale, but I could give you some advice on that. But I love Stife, and it's really cute if you can sell it as a collection to someone. And there are Stife dealers, and I think there's a Stife society.
Wow. How about that?
Can I ask about the pewter too or not?
Go ahead. Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay.
We have a little time, Chris?
Yep.
For my mom, I have all these pewter plates, and they're all stamped. They're all
Yeah.
British, like 48 APS, all kinds of stamp.
Pewter is not a highly collectible, so I would, unless you really love it, I would sell it. And it's not going to sell for a lot. We're looking for the sterling. If you have sterling is going to be marked 925 or 800 for German silver. Remember this, 925 or 800. If you find a 925 tray, Chris, you and I are going to the Palm for dinner.
So it doesn't matter if it's like 1840 stamped on it. No. Okay.
No, unless it has a provenance of something, meaning some brand.
Stick
Okay.
with the Stife. That's where
Oh, you are you could be looking at a gold mine. I'm so excited, Susan.
I love it. All right, Karen. Karen Winters has something she's holding up here. So let's get her up there. What is this, Karen?
So it's like a kitschy type of thing. I'll show you. You might know this. This was another thing from my parents, in addition to the Rosenthal china. It was a cigarette holder. And they would fill it with cigarettes. And then when you had company, you had it on the coffee table. And they would just raise it and you would out pop your cigarette.
I love it. It's such a conversation piece, much like Corey Miller had a singing bird in a cage that she winded up. I love that piece.
It's very
You must treasure it. You
All
must
right,
treasure
I will
It's
keep
very
it.
50s, very 50s. I'd have to look up the worth on that. Do you remember your parents using that?
Oh, I do. Mostly in the 70s, because they were big smokers in the 70s.
Wow. You know what? Also, what I wouldn't do is don't have anybody around who's going to play with that thing.
No, there's no
Because
little
it's
kid.
very fragile.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. I had to look that up for you.
That's okay.
love
I
it.
just wanted to show that to you.
It
It's such
definitely
a-
has a worth to it. Definitely has
That's
a
a
worth.
cool item. Very cool item. All right, Marianne. Marianne has a lamp for us, and she's kind of hiding in the shadow of that lamp right now. So
I'm trying to move it so you can see it. It's
Oh,
all,
that's beautiful, Marianne. Oh, that's beautiful.
now there is some wear on
Be
the
very
base.
careful how you're holding it.
Yes. There's some wear on the base of it, but up here on the shade, it's in great condition.
Can you bring the lamp on the desk a little to the middle in front of your face? Sorry. Okay. Can you bring the lamp down a bit or the computer up? Okay. Tell me about the history of that. It's gorgeous.
So it belonged to my husband's grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say anything? He's hiding. Okay. No, but we know that she had it for many, many years. He's 60 and he sang back in the 20s. It's very heavy. And it's got 2 chains here and 2 bulbs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, turn one of them off.
Okay.
It may be handle. Handel.
That could be the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I want you, when you look at this, to put it on your bed. Because if you drop this, all hell's going to break loose.
That's true. Okay.
So I think usually on the bottom of things and turning it around, you'll see something.
Okay. And it's all etched at the bottom, etched in the metal. You know, the metal, it's got these etched flowers.
It sounds gorgeous. It sounds gorgeous. It should be marked on the side somewhere on the shade, maybe.
Okay, I've never.
It's really good. What I love what Marianne's doing, I'm showing you exactly what I would be doing. You know, so you're learning right online what you should be doing to look for something.
Yes,
I think that could be an auction piece, Marianne.
really.
Oh yeah. Where are you located?
Syracuse.
I'm driving up there, babe.
Come on over.
I go to Dinosaur Barbecue. If that is worth enough, if that is worth, and I have to have some pictures, I have an auction house that you could put that in if you want to sell it. You may not want to sell it.
Yeah.
You know, also, here's the thing. Do you want to sell things and do you want to hold on to things, or will you sell for your price? Like if it's going to bring $250, no. But if it's going to bring $1,000, my thing would be yes. Because how are you going to travel with that lamp?
Right.
That's good stuff, Marianne. Thank you.
It's just magnificent.
Yeah, beautiful.
Really magnificent.
All right, Judith has a couple of items. So let's get
these
to
are
Judith.
okay. These are totally different, and I have tons of pottery and china and all that, but I'm going to show you 2 very different things. I hope you can see them. These are 2 comic books.
Ooh.
One from 1940 called Smilin' Jack.
Okay.
I have them in Mylar bag, and they're really in good condition. And the other one is Merry Melodies, Looney Tunes from 1944.
Okay.
So they're both kind of wartime.
Okay.
So,
So the
here's
first
the
thing I would
airplanes.
say is
Yeah.
you have to get them in acid-free paper. You don't want to get anything plastic next to paper.
Oh, Mylar is that plastic then? I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
thought it was better than a plastic bag.
Oh, no, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with that. Okay.
Okay.
So did you see the date inside? What is the date of that?
Yeah, this one is 1940,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
copyright 1940.
Okay.
And this one, it says 4-color comics, number 58 of that year, I guess.
Okay.
And this is December 1944.
Okay. I just hold up the one in your that you first showed me.
Okay. The smile.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'd have to do is look that up on completed auction, and
Okay.
that could be worth a lot. But what's worth the most are these early superheroes, these
Right.
early Mad magazines.
Right.
You know, but you really have to see if you want to sell those. Do you think you want to sell them?
Yeah. I mean, we want to move from San Francisco to Connecticut.
Oh,
We
you're
have
gonna be
a
my
house full
hood.
of
You're gonna be my hood.
we have a house full of stuff. I mean, I can't tell you. It's so overwhelming that I almost can't do this project
No, you
because
can. You
we
can.
should, I'm just overwhelmed, and starting this 1 hour a day, that's a great idea. Just shove it out the door. But when something like this, I think could bring some money.
Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah.
Why just stick it
Well,
on
we
a
have
table
to
for
see-
10 cents?
We have to see what of money, and you can contact me. We'd have to see what money can bring. Here's the thing. If it brings $15, what are you going to do with it?
No.
Exactly. Donate it. Donate it. You can donate it to the library.
Yeah, there's
My
history there,
cutoff-
right?
My cutoff is $50. If it's under 50, I'm donating.
I took these 4 years ago with a friend. We went over to Michon's auction house in Alameda, which is near San Francisco, and they allow you to take 5 items one day
Yeah,
a month or
I know
something.
what they
Anyway, we did that. And this one, the Smiling Jack, the guy said it would be between $40 and $50. That was
Okay.
6 years ago.
Okay.
I don't know.
So,
It was
Yeah.
far more valuable than any of the china that we took, because he said, no
I
one wants your
know.
grandmother's china.
see, this is the thing you have to think about when you're decluttering and getting rid of everything. You have to think, who's going to be taking all this stuff? I know my kids don't want half the stuff I have. And
Ours
I'll
don't
never
either.
forget, my mother said to me this. My mother passed away 3 years ago, but before she passed away, she said, "You're not going to sell my dishes?" I go, "Mom, it's not my thing. I don't want 15 sets of dishes."
Right.
My mother was more is more. I am less is more.
It's true. It's a struggle that a lot of us have to deal with at certain points in our lives, and trying to figure out how to figure out what less is the more that you want to keep. That's really what it's all about, right? Kathy wants to know about a Roseville piece that was given to her parents as a wedding present 70 years ago. And she's since inherited 2 cornucopia Roseville pieces. Since Kathy, I just see you popped up on my screen. Do you have something to show, or? Yes. All right. There she is.
Oh, that's beautiful, Kathy. Is there a chip there? On the edge, on the top. Kathy, can you unmute yourself? I can't hear Kathy, Chris.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah, I never noticed that. So good pickup. I'll check the other one. And here's the other piece that was given to my parents. So this is a different.
Ooh, that's gorgeous. Do you use it?
No, I just have it out on a coffee table, but I mean, so it's out there, but I'm not using it.
I love that. That's beautiful.
And it was, it was ironic that our friend gave us these 2 pieces when the estate was being cleared out. So they just happened to
match.
Similar, but yeah.
Yeah, because of the chip, that doesn't have a lot of value.
Mm-hmm.
But the other piece has some value. I think it could be at least $100 of that, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely. Do you want to show everybody again? 2 hands, please.
Yeah.
Oh, that is just gorgeous.
I mean, it's sentimental to me because it was given to my parents, but it's a very unusual shaped dish, I think.
Roseville used to be more expensive, but it has gone down a little bit because there's so much of it around.
Mm-hmm.
And also when eBay came into existence, eBay, now people are flooding the market and selling everything. But I love that piece. It's really beautiful. It's a treasure.
Thanks.
Jim is asking about a toy tractor from the mid 60s that's well used, but that also kind of bigger question, old toys. What's the,
Love
what do we
old toys.
value in old toys?
I had new, okay, NIB, new in box. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you see something new in box, so old dead stock means things that were at a store had never been sold before, but maybe from the 40s. So I had a tin little Japanese wind-up toy. It went for $900 on eBay.
Oh, wow.
I bought it for like $1 and it kept going up, and the person from Japan bought it. So those tractors are extremely valuable, and that could be worth $300. So
Wow.
make sure you don't want to clean it. Maybe just wipe it off. Is it working? Is it damaged? What
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love Susan's question. Is that the next
Susan's got some
question?
old toys too, old Barbie dolls and
Susan,
clothing.
do you have a picture? Is Susan with the dolls with the picture?
Again, they're downstairs.
We just got to go downstairs.
There's a treasure trove. We're gonna have to do a whole program in Susan's downstairs.
Oh my God. Okay,
They're
so
beautiful old, I mean, they're from my childhood.
I love Barbies. Okay, so I'm going to tell you my Barbie story. I'm in love with Barbies. I only was allowed 2 Barbies because my mother didn't believe in dolls. Sorry, Florence. Anyway, so I started collecting Barbies because I went to a house and bought a Barbie dream house, complete with the Barbie and all the clothes. So then I did intense research on Barbies and realized there's a parts Barbie dealer. Do you know a pair of Barbie shoes are $30?
What?
Because people are missing the shoes. So solo in the spotlight, Barbie with a microphone, okay? Black shoes and a long dress. It's a shimmery dress. The microphone is like $80.
I have so many.
Oh my God, you have to show me. Okay, Barbie Roman Holiday. This is incredible. You know the movie Roman Holiday. Okay, in the Barbie Roman, Chris is getting real excited.
Wow. In the Barbie Roman Holiday, okay, in the Barbie Roman Holiday outfit that you bought, probably with $5 at the time, there's a compact, and the compact is this little compact, and many of the compacts are missing because they were so tiny. Okay, how much is the parts lady selling the compact for? Can you guess? Chris, come on. $125.
Susan?
150.
$850. Yes.
Wow.
If you have Roman Holiday, you are gonna be winning.
I don't
That's
think I have
crazy.
Roman holiday, but I will.
Right.
I'll
Definitely.
talk to you
And
I'll
there's
show you.
Barbie dealers and I'm in
That's
love
great.
with that. But now the market is somewhat flooded. It may not be $850 anymore, but there's this woman, all she does is sell parts. So you're missing one shoe, she'll sell you one shoe for $20.
Brilliant.
I mean, and she doesn't care that things are missing.
Right.
She'll sell you the straw handbag in one of the Barbie outfits for $50. Come on. But that completes the outfit. And
Right,
then you're
right.
able to sell that outfit for $250.
Wow.
Okay, because I have outfits. I have Midge. I have Skippy. I have.
I know there's Deborah had something that you mentioned in the chat, and Lee as well. So Deborah, let me start with you, then Lee, I'll get to you next. Deborah, you had antique
have
silver
a-
and glass.
Antique silver and glass, it's part of a vanity set. There are
Yes.
3 pieces to it.
Yes.
It's engraved 1902. It was my husband's grandmother's. It's stamped.
Do you have a mirror to that? Do you have the mirror to that?
No mirror. There are just 3 cut glass pieces with silver.
Just like that? Just like that?
No, the other 2 are different. I think one might have been a perfume because it's got a stopper kind of thing in it.
Okay, something with a hole at the top. They used to put their hair in there.
Right, and that's what that's maybe this is still for that. I don't know.
Usually
without
it's with
the
a
hole.
little hole in the top.
Right, I
So
remember
something
those.
like that. Does it say 925? I'm sure it does.
925.
925 means sterling, everyone.
Well, it does say sterling on it. It's
Okay, then it's sterling. Then it's sterling. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful piece. Those pieces are probably worth about the silver. I'd have to weigh it, but maybe about $75.
okay. All right.
Beautiful.
It is
love
beautiful.
putting it- But I love when it's a set. So it's the mirror, the comb, the nail file, everything. There's maybe 10 pieces depending on the set, and people put it on their vanities, and it's just absolutely stunning. So that is a find, and it's a beautiful piece.
Thank you.
Very cool. Very
Thank
cool.
you.
All right. Lee has a Fisher tube amplifier from the 60s.
Yes.
Let me
All
see.
right,
Actually-
Lee. Look at this.
Oh, you can see it? Okay, good.
Yep.
Actually, my name is Ira, and I'm a former disgruntled member of the Central New Jersey Alumni Club. And this piece,
Disgruntled. I love that.
this piece here is, it's part of a 3-piece set. It's tubes, which are now coming back. It's in working condition. There's also a preamp and a FM radio. This has been collecting dust in my basement for years, and
Does
I
it
don't know
work?
whether to sell it or
Does it
junk
work,
it.
Lee?
Yeah, he said it works. Yeah.
It works, yes.
Okay, so
Tubes,
Fisher.
Fisher,
Okay. Fisher amp.
She's
yes. Amp, preamp, and tuner.
I gotta believe that there are some radio people who would love to get their hands on a classic piece of equipment like that.
I hope so.
I mean,
Okay.
that is vintage.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we're up to here.
Stacey's doing a little homework for us.
Yeah. Lee. Oh my God. All right. Lee, look at the number on that. Look at the number.
Is there a number on there, Ira,
Ira,
somewhere?
Is it X-101?
Yes, it's a model X-101.
Lee, you have won the prize of the day. $511 completed auction.
How
Not
do I
bad.
sell it? Where do I go?
You can sell it on eBay.
I don't
eBay
either.
would be eBay could be a place for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lee, 424, 530, 569. Oh my God, an X202 was
Wow.
1,200. Oh,
Not
Lee,
bad.
sell it on Marketplace.
So
I
Facebook-
also have an AR turntable, which is in working condition.
Yeah, sell it on Marketplace and then you won't have to ship. Where are you located,
Okay.
Lee?
Central Jersey.
Stacey,
Yes.
Yep.
Stacey, let me ask you a personal question, if I may. Did you have a relative, Dr. Wilma Winnick?
No, I did not.
Okay, just curious.
It-
Thank
Lisa-
you.
Ira, that
Love
is a
that.
great piece. That's awesome. That was a good.
Okay,
that was
so
a winner.
What I'm going
That
to
was-
tell you to do is you're going to sell it on Facebook Marketplace. You're going to measure it. You're going to say it's working. So if it's 511, I want you to go for 450 or 475 and then negotiate 450, meet the person, meet them at a Starbucks, and you're gone and you have that cash in hand. And I guarantee you, if you price it reasonable, you will have that cash in 5 days, 5 to 7
Thank you
days.
very much.
That's
Yeah, I'm
fantastic.
really excited about that piece.
So am
That
I.
Great, congratulations.
I'm
That
rich.
is awesome. That's awesome. That is great. And actually, I like Lisa's point too. She says local theaters are always looking for vintage sound and music equipment for stage
Yeah.
productions. So if there is a local theater in your area, maybe that's a place to go. But Stacey says, put it up on Marketplace and go there first and cash that in. Get what that's worth. That's really
Turn
fantastic.
your
Good
clutter
stuff.
into cash.
That is
Because here's the
fantastic.
thing, a price where you have room to wiggle and you don't want to ship that, that's way too
Absolutely.
expensive to ship.
Yeah. That's it. Pam's got an RCA Victrola with records and everything too. Pam says, I have so much stuff. We all have so much stuff. That's why we're here. We're here for Stacey to help us because we all have so much stuff.
It's just, you know what the thing is? I can't stand all the advertising that's making us always buy new stuff. What do we need all this stuff for? It clutters our life. It clutters our mind. I mean, it's just enormous. And how are you going to move to your next phase of life if you don't get rid of it? And I think it's quicker to donate the less expensive stuff and donate. You know what I do? This is great. I have a pile in my car. I have a shopping bag. The minute I find something to donate, I put it in the car. And so then once a week I go and I donate it to the various outlets.
And just to close the loop on that Smiling Jack comic book, Judith looked it up.
Yes.
1940 Smiling Jack.
Yeah.
$75 on eBay.
Hey, Judith.
Yeah,
I earned my worth here.
Not bad.
So Judith had to look it up.
That is good stuff. Hey, I hope you guys have all learned something tonight. I know I have. Stacey, this has been fantastic. Really appreciate those of you who brought something as well. All of you heard her. Stacey is happy to help if you want to get in touch with her via email, her website. We've put it in the chat there. There's the information as well. StaceyWinnick.com. You can learn more there. We're going to wrap up for this evening, but stay in touch with Stacey. Certainly, she's willing to help. Let us know how it goes. We're going to have some great stories that come of this as well. In a little while, you're going to get a survey, very brief, 3 questions. We do ask that you fill that out. That helps us in the alumni engagement team plan future programs. The idea here is that we want to do programs that you want to attend, that you want to be engaged with, and perhaps, learn something cool, maybe even make a little money. I mean, how great is that? What a fantastic way to spend an evening. So stay tuned for future programs. There are more obviously coming up, and fill out the survey, stay in touch with Stacey, stay in touch with us. But thank you very much for attending. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for all the comments and questions as well. These programs are so much better when you're all involved. So on behalf of all of us here in the alumni engagement team, Stacey, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll have to do it again. We'll have to make
we're going to have an Antiques Roadshow.
Right? The Orange Antique Roadshow will have to be a thing that we do more frequently.
I just want to thank everybody because I'm so passionate about this school and it has given me so much. And I just can't thank you enough, Corey and Chris, for making this this night so enjoyable. And my love is for Syracuse, and I'm so happy I went there because it has given me such a great education that I am able to do what I'm able to do because of the things I learned at Syracuse.
And the best part is we get to stay connected like this forever.
Absolutely.
That's the great thing, right? The Orange family is forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, on that note, again, we say thank you. And as always, go Orange.